Hello and welcome back to Mrs. Orloff's Art Studio. So today it is Valentine's Day week and I thought it would be fun to add a card option to our project. So we are actually dealing with mosaics. Say that twice. So we're going to use some of the Romare Brito designs, but instead of adding patterns, we're going to create a mosaic. Now, because I know some of you don't have glue and scissors and colored paper and supplies like that, although you can use cereal boxes, magazines, anything that has color printed on it that you can cut up, you can use as a mosaic. There is a different reference in the assignment if you want to do an actual mosaic, but we are going to draw a mosaic for people that just have lined paper and pencil. That's all you need to do this project. So I've got my list here. We are taking a sheet of paper and cutting it in half. So a standard sheet of lined paper, cut it in half. That's the inside. So I get 2 sheets of paper. And if you need to actually cut a piece of paper without a pair of scissors, you can use a straight edge. A metal ruler works great. If you don't have a ruler, you can use the edge of a book, or actually, if you just fold it one direction and then turn it over and fold it the other direction. So what I want you to do is you're going to use one of the half sheets of paper for the actual card. This is going to be our front, and this is the inside where I've already written my little quote. But if you have glue or tape, what's a little nicer to do to add a little, and then if you mess up, you can just redo it. So I'm going to go back and forth with this so that it gets this crease really good, and then we can rip it right along the crease usually, instead of using a pair of scissors or even one of those. Okay, so now that I've gone back and forth, see, it nicely rips right along that. So this is 1/4 of a full piece of paper, which means 1, 2, 3, 4, 1/4 of a sheet. So when I say 1/4 of a sheet, that's what I'm talking about. But what we're going to do is, if you have tape or glue, we're going to put our design on here, and then we're going to glue it onto there. Now, there's a couple different ways that you can do this too. You can do just what I did and like fold this back and forth to trim it down, or you can actually fold it over. What we need to do is make it smaller than our actual card. And I'm sorry if that's confusing, but so we're going to make this 1/4 of a sheet a little smaller than this one. And I think the easiest way to do that is actually to cut it off. And again, you can fold that back and forth until you can rip it, or you can rip it if you have a ruler. How you rip it on the ruler, I'm going to just cut about that much off of it, is to just rip it up like that. Okay, now this sheet of paper is going to be just a little smaller than our actual card, so that when we put our design on here, it's going to show kind of a little border all the way around. Okay, and if you have colored paper, then you can certainly use a different color paper. You could even use different color on the inside of the card for a note if you wanted to. Like, what you could do is even put that inside like that, and then you have a border. So it depends what materials you have, what you can do with this project. So this is the piece of paper that I am going to create my mosaic on. So this is going to be the front of the card. So what we're going to do, I love these designs because they're simple, and you could use a design like this. These are all Romero Brito. So I've included these copies in a material in the classwork tab, and I've moved it up so it's right with the assignment. But I'm gonna just go ahead and do something very simple for this one. Here's again like landscape options with the hearts that Romero Brito does, and these are the big copies of those. But again, we're not using these patterns, we're just using these basic outlines. Sketchbook paper from the dollar store. Okay, so I'm gonna start with this.